episode 374 of Good Luck High Five.
That's right. No matter where you are playing Magic, by which I mean probably from inside the safety of your own home, we are here for you.
I'm one of your hosts, Maria.
I'm another one of your hosts, Megan.
And on today's show, we've got an update of ways to play Magic that are unlike ways you may have ever played ever before.
That's right. It is a swiftly changing world out there. You know, as they say, things come at you fast.
Things come at you fast, but our lives are coming at us slow. You know,
life comes at you fast.
Actually, you know what?
I don't care.
I've been really feeling like that days go by in a snap, under self-isolation.
Oh, it's true. Time doesn't mean anything anymore. People have been saying it, and I feel like a lot of the time it's one of those classic, there's a lot of truth in comedy. Because it's kind of a joke, but also it doesn't mean anything.
No, I mean,
the weekend just happened. Was it a weekend?
Was it a weekend? I don't know. Was it exactly the same as every other day this week? Yes. Yes, it was.
Yes. Exactly. It really was.
I mean, honestly, I get up in the morning and by the time I go to bed, I'm like, was that a whole day? How did it go by in 5 minutes? Is that what it feels like for you?
I think I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't honestly know. Like I just definitely identify with the like time has no meaning. I can't tell.
Yeah, if you haven't already guessed, Megan and I are once again self-isolating, so we are not recording in the same location again today. We are remote. But of course, we're keeping at it, bringing you episodes of The Upkeep and Good Luck High Five. Just like always, thank God podcasts are able to be done this way.
Yes.
And we can still be here for you. But
absolutely.
My gosh, what a time to be alive. It was weird last week. Continues to be weird this week.
Continues to be weird. And do you know what? I guess, to speak to what you were saying, it doesn't feel like it's been a week.
No, it felt like we recorded this last week's episode yesterday.
Yes, it feels like it's been a couple of days at most, but also the past week has been one lifetime. Yeah,
one lifetime. You know what? I think there's a title of a book in here about this time that we've been alive, which is called The Week That Lasted a Year or whatever.
Yes.
Even though it's going to be more than a week, and it already is.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Do you know what? We've been doing like a lot of hangouts with friends, like a lot of different, obviously internet hangouts. We're talking about like virtual, like Google hangouts.
Yeah.
And it's weird because it's still just not the same.
No.
I've been maybe more social than I've ever been in my life this past week.
No, it's so
and
true.
I still miss my friends.
It's so true. Can you imagine? Do you know a week when you're like, I literally hung out with people, like 3 different groups of people every single day for a week? No.
Yeah, exactly.
That's wild.
But I have, and I still feel under socialized.
I mean, no human contact is a real thing. It is a real thing. And we're going to...
I feel both... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go.
I was going to say, I feel both over and under socialized some days, which is a real weird place for your mind to be.
That is a fair feeling for sure. And what I was going to say is that we are going to talk about this coming up on the show. Not only we're going to talk about all the different and new ways to play Magic, which is really cool that we have these options now, but also ways to like hang out with your friends that have been working for us. So we're like, these are things that we have liked, that we have done, and like, you know, we've put them to the test and we're going to pass them on to you. And if you have ideas, you can pass them on to us because we've all got to help each other out. Gosh darn it.
Yeah, we really, really do.
Who knows how long we're going to be like this, you know?
Yeah. You know, I've been reading more and more articles that have talked about how we've so far only been talking about the ways to manage like the public health part of this epidemic of like the actual physical people getting sick, but like no one has yet fully addressed like the emotional impacts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Of asking people, they're like, do you know what, like if what we needed to do was to ask people to self-isolate for like 6 months, the truth is that it's like really difficult to ask people to do that because that's not healthy for them either.
Yeah, and how realistic is it? And, you know, will people actually do it? And what are the pitfalls of doing this? Like if you actually did it for 6 months, which I mean, you know, what are we on now? What day are you on?
I'm on day 9.
I think we're probably the same.
I think that we're probably the same day. I bet you like that last Saturday, like Saturday a week ago, was the last time that we saw any significant person.
Yeah. Any significant person.
Yeah.
Oh, so true.
I mean, I went grocery shopping the other day and I got groceries for like 2 weeks and I was like, oh, I never grocery shop for that bulk of an amount of time.
I've never had this much food in my house. The history that I've had this house.
Yeah. And it's just like, but like I was like, oh, what I'm planning for is not seeing anybody for 2 weeks. Like I'm not going anywhere for 2 weeks.
Right.
That's why I bought all of those groceries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, it's weird.
I've been smiling more at people when I've been on walks, you know, and we are a safe distance apart, you know. I'm not usually someone to like wave and say hello. I'm kind of in my own little world, but recently I've been like so much more neighborly, I don't know, friendly to strangers.
Yeah. I also love the like it's so even if it's not like waving and saying hi, when I've been out for walks and like if it's the other person, a lot of times like for the first couple of days I felt like I was the person who would like go into the street or like cross so that we weren't passing each other on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And I was like, God, I really feel like people are like, oh, this person is overreacting, but it's what we've been told to do.
We're supposed to do it.
In the last couple of days, it's been like every time I more and more see other people doing it. And it also, that just feels like a nice like community gesture for someone of like when you cross to the other side of the street. So like we're not passing each other. It's like, oh, it's not unkind. It's just like, it's like weirdly neighborly.
And you know
like you're
what?
being a good community member to both of us.
This is the exact same thing that happens when you call a judge during a match on something that neither of you intended to do. You're just being neighborly. You're like, let's make sure everything's fine. Oh yeah, I accidentally looked at an extra card. Can we fix this? Same thing. Mutual benefit.
Look at you. Actually managing to tie magic into this weird tangent that we got off on.
It is a skill.
Yep.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about all of that and lots of new ways to play Magic, which are really exciting. And I'm not just saying that, I'm very excited by them. And, you know, like maybe these changes will become permanent in some ways after all of this.
Yeah. But, and we'll talk about what we've been playing. Spoiler alert, I've been playing a lot of historic.
Oh, shoot.
And I am liking it.
Megan's got a spicy historic list for us all.
Yeah, I do.
But before we start all of that part of the show, I want to start with a huge thank you to everybody who became a patron since our last episode and anybody who's done it this month or ever. But it's been really, really wonderful to see so many people come together to support us. When last episode we talked about the fact that, you know, we still don't know what's going to happen with our incomes coming up later this year. We don't have events to work. We lost a huge chunk of money. It's going to be hard. We're trying to keep our heads above water, and you all came out and responded and were like, we're here for you. So thank you. I had a goal of hitting 700 patrons by the end of the month, and just today we hit it.
Yay! Yeah, really, it's like every time I look at the list of people who have become new patrons recently, I'm like honestly emotionally overwhelmed by it.
It is.
Because it's like I get like it's a hard time for people. You know, we know that we're not the only people who have lost work out there.
Absolutely.
And to see people, like to have people reaching out and helping and offering support during this time is just like, honestly, just so touching.
It really is. It really means the world to us. And we hope that you continue to be part of our family after all this is done, because we do make this for you. Like, we're here doing this for you every week, and we want you to be able to get stuff out of it. And the more people that there are, the more, like, I don't know, it's just a more interactive and loving community. And I'm so excited to see everybody joining the family. So I'm going to make a new goal, which is 750.
Dang.
The goal has been raised. We only have a few more days to get there. Can we do it? I feel like we can. I feel like we can because, to tell you the truth, 700, we've hit 700 before, like years ago. So
yeah,
we want to try and get to the highest point that we've ever been to. That is the new goal. So
yeah.
Take that for what it's worth and come join our family. We still have these sweet pins for Patreon Pledge Drive month.
They're so good. And we actually got them.
Yeah, we got them. They're here. See, I'm holding one if you watch the video.
We were so unsure because of coronavirus shipping.
But they're here. Aren't they so cool?
Oh, they're so cool.
They're so nice.
And I mean, that being said, we don't know, obviously, when we'll be able to ship them out. It won't be until we're able to get back into our own office.
Yeah, our office has restricted our entry.
But we super look forward to sending people these because they're so cool.
They're so cool. I can't wait to put it on my jacket with all of my pins. Hello. Yes. GLH5, they're beautiful. So for all those reasons, if you can find one of those reasons that touches your heart, think about it. We also still have our phone lines open, 612-DORP-601, for people to put in phone calls. Megan, do you want to play another phone call that we got from a listener right now?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Hi, Megan and Maria. This is Ernie. I just wanted to call and thank you guys for basically just being you guys. You guys have made me laugh quite a bit since I started listening to your podcast and watching your videos. And this is really important because, I'm a doctor. And so my life tends to be pretty stressful just on a regular basis, but especially what's going on right now. It's been a bit extra. So having you guys around, watching and listening to you guys has been something that's been pretty important and keeping me going. So keep it up. Stay healthy. Stay sane. I'm going to try to do my part, and I've increased my Patreon to about $40. I'll try to keep doing that as long as I can to support you guys because you guys are really important, I think, not just to me, but to lots of people. So good luck. I'll try to reach out to you again and see if there's anything else I can do to help you guys. All right. Bye.
Yay. Thank you so much, listener, for giving us a call. 612-DORP-601. Phone line still open through the end of the month.
Yes. Come be a dorp with us.
And huge, enormous thank you to Card Kingdom as well for being one of our sponsors on this show. They are also under tough times, everybody. But they are still fulfilling orders. They're still receiving cards. They're being more careful with how they do that now. They're setting a time allotment so that the virus, if it's on anything, can die before anybody handles it, which I think is really smart. But they're still here for you. You can go to their website, cardkingdom.com/GLHF, and check them out. And remember to support all of the things that we love in this time if you're financially able to, so that hopefully we can all come out the other side of this still alive and kicking.
Yeah. Usually when we talk about Card Kingdom, we say fastest shipping in the West.
Yeah.
And these days, it's just like during a time of pandemic, shipping.
It is, just period. It is safe shipping.
Shipping! Exclamation point.
Oh, gosh. Something else cool is we are going to be on a stream with Card Kingdom coming up Wednesday night. So keep your eye out for that. At twitch.tv/Card Kingdom. We're going to be making a special guest appearance on a really fun stream. So
Yay.
Make sure to check that out. We'll tweet it out from GLHF Magic when we're about to go live, but make sure you put that on your calendars if you want to see something fun Wednesday night. But yeah, head on over there, support them if you can. And thank you so much once again for everybody who supports them and who support us and who will support us during this time. Hopefully we're here supporting you in the way that we can. All right, let's talk about social distancing fun, Megan.
That's right. Are you sitting at home? You'd better be. I just want to be super clear about that.
Yeah, you better be.
Unless you are one of the many, many people, to be fair, whose jobs are essential during this time and have been deemed essential. If you are working at a grocery store, if you're working in shipping, if you're working in healthcare, huge thank you to you.
Oh my gosh,
so much for being out there and doing your job. I really hope that people come out of the other side of this with a really deepened appreciation of what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you are not in one of those essential fields, to help those people stay well by keeping yourself inside and limiting the spread of the virus.
Yes. We cannot risk it, everybody. We want this to be as short as possible. So as tough as it is, it really means do not see anybody that you could
Don't.
see, even if you both think you're healthy. Like Megan and
I haven't seen Maria.
we have not
in
seen each other.
9 days.
Like-
ever since people were like, this is serious, stop doing it. And we were like, okay.
And now here we are. And yeah. So like,
But do you know what? You can still have a social life.
yes, that is the good thing about this. And if I'm talking about silver linings, truth be told, as we talked about, as extreme extrovert, I was really expecting this time to be killer for me. But the thing that is great that has happened through this tragedy is that I have hung out with more people more often than I do in my normal life.
Yeah, exactly.
Virtually.
Do you know what I also appreciate is that it has made the fact that if you have friends, like if you've made friends that don't live in the same city as you,
Yes.
geography no longer means anything to friendship.
No, it's completely irrelevant. It's like we developed transporters, honestly.
Yeah,
In a way.
exactly. I've heard this in like I forget what it is exactly, but like basically people were talking about what is the most likely thing that will make two people friends, and like very high up on the list before even like shared interests was just like proximity.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it's kind of wild that we're now in a time when proximity doesn't need to be number one on your list of like what's making us friends.
No, that part is really cool. I will say, like, there's been so much more inventiveness and being like, hey, it just seems like, this is the way I described it yesterday, that there is a lot of times I feel a social stigma attached to asking somebody, hey, do you want to hang out? Do you want to watch this movie? Do you want to play this game? Can I talk to you? I'm having a hard time, right? But now those social barriers have been erased.
Oh, yeah.
There is no weirdness attached to asking any of
Everyone's
these
constantly
things.
like, let's hang out.
Everybody wants to hang out. Everybody wants to talk
Yes.
about it. We're all having a tough time. All of this
Yeah.
is okay to talk about and put out in the open and ask. And we're not being like, oh, that's weird. Why would they say that? Or, ooh, what do they mean? Do you want to play a game? You know what I mean? None of that is happening. And for
I
me,
was gonna say, I can't say that I ever personally had such a weird reaction to someone being like, let's play a game. But okay.
Maybe it's just in my head. That's even what I'm saying. It's like that was what my brain would do. Oh, certainly they don't want to hang out with me. Certainly I'm bothering them. Certainly I'm a burden, right? But now my brain doesn't have that trip point anymore because I know that we're all in this thing together. And so for me, it's been a huge weight off of my shoulders to just do what I honestly would probably do constantly, which is want to connect all of the time with all of the people. And so I think that's kind of cool to have, at least for me, that completely excised. It's like I got a lobotomy of it. And we've all just come into this social agreement with each other that it's okay to do this right now. And in fact, welcome. And I don't know. I hope that lives on after this.
Yeah, I hope so too. So some of the things that we've been doing, Netflix Party is a Chrome extension that we have been using a whole bunch, which allows you, like you create a Netflix party and then you can send out the link and it has the player, like for everyone sharing the player so that if like when someone starts playing it, it plays for everybody. If you pause, that way you're all matched up. And we've generally been pairing that with Google Hangouts so that we can all actually talk.
Yeah.
It does have a chat feature in Netflix Party itself. So if you're doing like a really big group, that's good. But also if you want to like have the experience of watching a movie with your friends.
Yeah, it worked really well. And we watched some really dumb rom-coms, which I think is...
Oh boy.
The dumber the movie, the more I think you should watch it at this time.
Do you know what? I had never seen Hitch before.
Yeah, we watched Hitch.
And
oh boy.
If you had asked me to guess how bad it was, I would not have accurately guessed low enough.
Yeah, and the thing is, it made so much stinking money. Will Smith, box office star. But if
like good for him.
Well, yeah.
I like Will Smith.
We love Will Smith. He's a treasure, but this movie did not do him justice, you know.
No, this movie did no one.
But yeah, I don't
this
know.
Movie did justice to nobody.
I'm like, watch bad movies with your friends. I think that's the most fun.
It really is. It's really good. Although I was watching The Dragon Prince with some friends, which if you are a person who enjoyed Avatar, The Last Airbender, I highly recommend Dragon Prince. You've probably already watched it. It's by the same creators. It's on Netflix. So good.
Excellent. I've also used the service Cosmi, that's KOSMI, to co-stream movies, which I've had varying rates of success with, but it integrates a video chat feature within watching it. Which is pretty cool. It's totally free. So that's a way to combine Netflix Party and Google Hangouts kind of into one thing, and it doesn't have to be on Netflix.
Yeah.
And I've also...
yeah.
I've also used Google Hangouts exclusively to have somebody upload a shared file that everyone can access from Google, and then everyone just hits play at the same time and then just talks through the Hangout, which is the most high fidelity way that I found of doing this because my internet is not good.
We've also used Google Hangouts to play lots of Jackbox games.
Yeah, Jackbox games!
Which is just really an A+ experience.
Man, we played Drawful for the first time last night in years.
Yes. We've played Quiplash multiple times.
Love Quiplash.
And I, like, this is so weird to say, but, like, I've laughed so much in the past week. And if you can find any way that, like, helps you laugh during this time, it's such an amazing stress reliever.
Please take
like,
it.
Yeah, when you're done playing, like, for me, all of my worries come back, but it's, like, so amazing just for, like, that hour, that 2 hours, to be able to laugh with your friends.
Speaking of laughing with your friends, we are also trying to do, Meghan and I do a lot of improv, as you may know, and it's been really, really tough because our local theater, Huge Theater, which you should donate to if you have cause to donate to a theater, hugetheater.com, had to shut down and cancel a lot of shows through. We've been trying to recreate those shows to the best of our ability on Zoom.
Yeah. So we'll put a link for the Facebook page of like the Agatha Christie style murder mystery show that we are a part of, and that starting this weekend we're going to be trying out like broadcasting an improvised show via Zoom.
Yeah,
and that you will be able to watch via Facebook.
This is cool, right? Because people who listen to the podcast might have been like, "Oh, it'd be so fun to watch Marie and Meghan do improv." Well, now you can kind of in this way that we've invented to do improv virtually. Will it work? I don't know. We're gonna try.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can come on and find out.
Yeah, exactly. We've also been playing a lot of Sagrada.
Oh, I love Sagrada. Great board game.
You can get it on Steam. It's available on Steam now.
And soon on Android and iOS.
Yeah, it is so good. It's a beautiful game. The interface that they made for it is like really gorgeous. The gameplay is like seamless.
Yes, it is. If you played in real life, it's exactly the same. And it's really, really pretty. It works really well. And it's one of our favorite board games, so it's really cool to see it done so well virtually. And
absolutely.
I cannot wait for Wingspan to come out virtually. I've seen trailers for it. Any day now.
I want it bad.
Any day now, fingers crossed.
It looks so, like the little trailers for it look so cute.
Oh, they look so good.
Oh, the little birds.
The little birds. Yeah, and you know what's cool too is people have been developing ways to play Magic, paper Magic with each other virtually too, using like rigs with like there's an instructional thing I found on Twitter of how to turn a fat pack into a rig to hold your phone so that you could film your board state and you could see your friend's board state and you could play Commander that way or whatever.
Oh, that's amazing.
Kenji Igashira also tweeted out his setup because he's been doing that too. So if you want to check out what he's doing, go check out Numat the Nummy on Twitter because, he rigged something up that I think looks really cool. So if you want to play paper Magic with your buddies, you don't have the cards on Arena or Magic Online or whatever, there are ways and people are figuring it out. Ingenuity. I almost said ingenuity. That's something different, I think. That's when an ingenue is very ingenious.
Yes, exactly. Ingenuity is when we're all being like the female leads in a play.
This play is full of so much ingenuity. But yeah,
so there's still lots of ways that life is going on. As Jurassic Park told us, life finds a way.
Life does find a way. And if you need a teaser for this Agatha Christie show, let me just say I've got a fake cigarette here next to my desk that I used in rehearsal the other day, and it might be making an appearance.
Oh, if it doesn't, I will riot.
So let's talk about some of the ways that we can play Magic now that we are social distancing.
Yes. I mean, I'll be super honest. My number one way has been Arena. The Windows computer that I have is quite old. And I only have one program on it, which is Magic Arena.
Great.
And Internet Explorer for when I need to re-download Arena.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Or find a deck list.
Exactly. Oh, no, I don't trust it with that. I just look it up on my phone.
Okay.
No, let's not ask too much of it. Which is why I'm not also running Magic Online. Is primarily what I'm getting at, is that I have chosen Arena.
Oh, I see.
As my way to play.
As the one way.
As the one way to play during the pandemic for me.
Maybe hopefully they're like speeding the release of Arena for Mac, because I have to run it on Parallels and it is not ideal.
Yeah. I would be very, very happy to be able to run it on my Mac.
I mean, it works, but like, can't I just run it natively? Please. Anyway, you're playing Historic. Tell me why you're playing Historic on Arena.
Okay, so I was messaging my friend Caroline, the Mighty Linguini. You might know her on Twitter or on her stream, which BT dubs after Card Kingdom on Wednesday. I'll be on Caroline's stream.
Nice.
So come find us on Twitch. And I was like, Caroline, tell me what to play. Tell me what to play in Standard. And she was like, Standard is trash. Don't play it. Play Historic. And I was like, fair enough. Tell me what to play in Historic. And she was like, it's the Wild West. People can play anything. And so the first list that I played, let's be clear, I have not played Constructed in a while. So I was at Bronze 4 over here.
Ooh,
bottom of the
nice.
barrel. And so I found like a Sultai list, and I was like, do you know what? Back in the day, I have all of the Jade Light Rangers and all of the Wild Growth Walkers from that Command the Dreadhorde deck.
Oh yeah.
Like this deck also plays Command the Dreadhorde, which
I
is
love
just
Command the Dreadhorde.
so fun to resolve, and it plays like Uro. So I really enjoyed that. I went all the way through Bronze and Silver with it. Just having like a great time.
Did you see a lot of deck diversity in Historic Ladder?
Oh, so many different kinds of decks. Like there's a mono white aggro is like the big one right now.
Yeah.
Which is like the Soul Warden Heliod, like a Johnny's Pride Mate deck.
Yeah.
Which is obviously like very, very good. But it wasn't overwhelming, right? Like I saw that deck sometimes, but for being, I think, what some people think to be the best deck in the format, it's not constant. You know, I saw like mono red aggro. I saw all of these flavors of like mid range. I saw like all of these flavors of control. It was amazing. I saw so many different decks. And then once I hit gold, I had the classic problem where like sometimes on different places in the ladder, like different things are good or different things become very bad.
Yep.
Turns out that like gold is not a happy place for Sultai. So I went and built Bant Scape Shift.
Oh boy.
Which is just like a classic ramp Field of the Dead deck. So you're just like, most of your cards are just about ramping and putting lands into play. And then like sometimes you just incidentally end up making zombies because you have Field of the Dead. And then sometimes you scape shift and you make 18 zombies.
Great.
Yeah. And it's really amazing. Sometimes you have Teferi in play, like 3 mana Teferi, and you scape shift on your opponent's end step and put 18 zombies into play, and there's nothing they can do about it. And it's really a feeling where you're like, I am #blessed.
That's great. And you know what's cool too is, you know, people thinking that they have to play Standard to ladder on Arena. It's the exact same ladder.
Exactly. It is the constructed ladder. You can play Historic or you can be playing Standard. And like, I have just been having a blast.
Meghan told me about this, and then she's like, Maria, did you know there's a Vampires deck in Historic you could play? And I was like, there's a what now?
Yep.
Sparkle in
Maria,
my eye.
Get on out there.
So I am #into it, and I think I will be #playing Vampires in Historic. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I love the Vampires deck. I'll play it in any format, as referenced by my Brawl chat last week.
Yeah. And so all of this is to say, if you are looking for a format where you don't need to play the best deck, where you can be playing just about anything and having like a great time doing it, try out a Historic deck.
Absolutely. And
there is so much out there.
We talked about Historic Brawl last week. The thing is, Brawl is continuing. Normal Standard Brawl is happening now for free. They've opened up the what's it called? The Brawlers Guild Hall.
Yeah.
And you can just get in there. It doesn't cost anything. Normally it's like $10 a month. Now it's completely free. Get in there, play that. They brought back Theros Beyond Death ranked draft, which is amazing as well for free during this crisis. So great stuff to do on Arena for sure.
Do you know what I finally did that I have not done at all on Arena?
What?
I bought card styles.
Oh yes! It's happening. It's finally happening.
And I bought the pack of new unset lands.
Oh, I bought those too.
They're so beautiful.
They're so good.
And as you know, back when they had the Battle for Zendikar land, like full art land pack.
Yeah.
Which is probably my honest favorite, like full art land set. I really love it. It has like the Noah Bradley Island in it, and I didn't get it, and I still regret it.
You regret it to this day. You regret it
every
to
time
this
I go
day.
to add lands to my deck, and it's like they show you the card styles that you don't have in lands. I'm like, I'm adding forests, and it's like, do you know what, you idiot? You don't have this one, and I'm like, wow, thanks for
rubbing it in.
Thanks for really reminding me.
Oh, I'm so proud of you. You've really crossed this threshold here, Megan.
I mean, I really have.
Welcome to the dark side.
First time I have ever done it.
Yes.
The only other thing that I have got that's a style was I got a set of Kaya sleeves, but those were like when they were on sale. It was like a couple thousand. It was like some gold.
Yeah.
It was like an inconsequential amount of gold, and I was like, yeah, fine, it's cool. This one, I paid gems for these, and I was like,
you paid gems?
Who am I? Because you can only pay gems for them.
I'm pretty sure I spent gold on those.
I don't. Maybe you can, but it's like an amount of gold I don't have.
I have a lot of gold, to be fair.
I can't. Every time I'm like accumulating gold, I'm like, okay, Megan, save this for something. And I hit 5,000 and I'm like, we're draft. Like I'm like jamming that draft button.
Draft it.
Like,
draft it.
I'm like, you wanted to, like, you could get card styles with this. And I'm just like, I can't help it. I hit 5,000 and I like, it's like a Pavlovian response.
Draft it.
My brain is just like, oh, now we're drafting.
Draft it. You know what's funny too is I really went bananas with card styles when there was those stained glass walkers that you could get.
Oh yeah.
And those have been my favorites, absolutely hands down. I think
they're so good.
The gods in Theros Beyond Death are really cool too, but they just aren't showing up in a lot of decks for me right now, so I'm not that interested. Yeah. But
I appreciate that they have the ones that you can win right now with the different events.
Yes, I did.
Right, the Thassa one is happening right now, and I need to finish it up and get my Thassa.
Megan, that event seems like right up your alley.
It is a lot of fun. I love that. I appreciate about it, and by the time this podcast goes live, I think this event is done.
Yeah.
But what I really appreciate about it is that like there's so many different ways to win. I think it kind of like breaks this illusion that mono blue can only do one thing.
Yeah.
Like you can have really aggro starts. You can have very like control-y starts. There's like some like kind of weird combo-y ways to do it. Like you can win with Artemis the All-Seeing.
Yeah, what we're talking about, just in case you don't know, is the Thassa's Bounty event on Arena, which happened, which had like, how big was the deck? Like 180 cards. It was something stupid like that. And both players have the same deck, and it's just 1,010,000 blue cards, and like go to town. That was it.
Yeah, it was a really good time. It was really cool.
And if you want to get competitive on Magic Arena, there's ways to do that now too, because now Magic Fests have moved into the digital space, and Channel Fireball and Channel Fireball events have teamed up to start offering what they're calling Magic Fest Online, which is a really cool thing where they run daily qualifiers all throughout the day for $25. And if you go 5-1 or better, you qualify for the weekly championship, which happens on the weekend, a 2-day tournament, prize pool of $25,000. Top 8 get invites to the Players Tour Series 2. Top 32 get invites to the season finals. The season finals happen on April 11th and 12th. Once again, 2-day tournament. This time it's for $50,000. The top 32 get Players Tour Series 2 invites, and the top 2 get invites to the Players Tour finals coming up in Minneapolis later this year. And they're streaming the whole thing almost around the clock, which is really cool. So not only are there a bunch of ways to play casually on Arena, there is this competitive way to play on Arena as well. It's standard. And you can find out more information about that on cfbevents.com and check out the stream on twitch.tv/channelfireball.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of dope that's happening.
It's super cool. Yeah, absolutely. So, Maria, what have you been playing?
Well, speaking of the competitive spirit, I'll mention one more thing about casual stuff after this, but I have been playing the Magic Online Super Qualifiers. So what this is they had to cancel a bunch of Players Tour Series 2 qualification events because of it. We don't even need to say why. But what they did is they did something called Super Qualifiers on Magic Online, which is really cool, open to everybody. They're running them the 20th through the 26th, so there's still a few more days after this podcast comes out to go in and play on these. There's a bunch of different formats that they're offering these in. Entry fee of 400 play points or 40 tickets or whatever. And they're giving out what they're calling enhanced prizes, which means that first and second place for these events are really good, which is 900 play points, 200 treasure chests, a foil set.
200,
a foil set of the current standard set, and an invite to the Players Tour, which is really cool. I played the Theros Beyond Death one, which was sealed the other day. I just was like, what else am I doing? I'm getting in. I'm playing this. Let's go. It was the first time I'd played a competitive event in years. That wasn't, I'm not going to count pre-release, okay?
Yeah.
And I had the competitive fire back in my blood playing in this event. It was so
coursing
fun.
Through you.
It was coursing through my veins, and I was like, I have missed this. I have missed going to Grand Prix and playing competitively. I loved that. We talk about on the show, we love to have fun playing the game, but Megan and I also love to play competitively, and we have missed out on that a lot recently. So this is super cool that we get another outlet to be able to do that. And I love Sealed, so it was really great. I opened the most busted pool you've ever witnessed. It had Elspeth. It had who am I thinking of?
Dream Trawler. It had unbeatable limited bomb Dream Trawler.
Dream Trawler was in this thing. I had Nylea was in my pool. I had I can't think of Calyx was in my pool. I had this was just a rare, but the spider, the green spider. It was.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just say it was stupid. But my deck, unfortunately, did not have enough low end, and I got run over a couple of times. But that being said, I had a bunch of stupid rares. And if you know me, you know I love to play stupid rares, so, get in the deck. I texted this deck picture to Marshall, who was like, "Oh, you're just Toralf in it, are you?" Because I had Dream Trawler in this green-white deck. The fixing was pretty good, to be fair. But also... something that happened when I was playing it, because it was so slow and all I was trying to do was get to the place where I could cast Dream Trawlers, I almost decked myself in 2 separate matches. And in one of them, my opponent timed me out by activating their, I'm going to forget the name of this card, the Pegasus, where you can pay to give it lifelink and vigilance. And so they would continually activate it to make me use my time on my timer. And
that's so mean.
It is mean, but also I can't hold it against them. That is part of the game. They can do that to me if they want. It is Magic Online, and I should have managed my clock better. I was kind of dinking around while I was playing, only half paying attention or whatever. I should not have been doing that. But anyway, that happened, and I did time out, and I was kind of super disappointed. But then I was like, you know what? You did this to yourself. You shouldn't have let your clock get that low. But
that's very responsible of you.
But I'm telling you, it was so fun, and I really want to do another one. If they have another sealed one, I'll have to check, because I loved playing in it. So that's the Magic Online way to play right now.
Nice. Get on out there if you need to feel some competitive fire.
Competitive fire on Magic Online.
Yeah, get out there and feel it.
The other thing I was going to mention for Cashies, FNM is not dead.
That's right. There are some fun formats for Friday Night Magic.
Woohoo! You can
that you can play online
on Arena. The next 3 weekends. So coming up this Friday, it starts Thursday at midnight and runs to Friday at midnight Pacific time. It's absolutely free. The first one is going to be playing with the 4 Challenger decks that were coming out this year, and you can just challenge other people, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And April 3rd, you get to build a deck with any cards in Standard, even if you don't own them, which I think is really cool. If you've been wanting to try a deck and you're like, I don't have the cards, I don't know if I'll like it, I don't want to commit, here you go.
Give it a shot.
And April 10th, Historic Brawl comes
Our
back.
fave.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and so if you play in these, you can take a screenshot of the event and then you go to locator.wizards.com. For some, I always feel like I'm getting that wrong.
No, that's
because
right.
It's so many words to say. And you can find your store's social info of where to send it, and then they'll give you a code to get sleeves on Arena.
Cool. I love it.
Which is also just a nice reminder that, like, it is difficult. This is obviously a very difficult time for small businesses.
Yeah.
So check if your local game store has curbside pickup or anything like that.
Absolutely.
I made an order at one of my local bookstores. If you're in Minneapolis, I ordered from Wild Rumpus. They have curbside pickup right now where you can place an order and then you can go and pick it up and they'll like deliver it to you, to your car.
So good. So good.
And so find, local businesses that you can support that are doing that.
Awesome. So amidst all of this stuff happening with ways
so
to
much
play.
stuff happening. For not being able to go anywhere, stuff still has happened.
Stuff still has happened.
Which is really, stuff is really hanging in there.
You know what, Stuff? Great work. You're managing to do it. High five for Stuff right now, everybody.
Yep.
So Ikoria is still being released. Plans to release it on April 24th are still there as of this recording. And Mark Rosewater released a list of what he calls things to come in Ikoria when the set is released. And the list is very exciting. We went over this on the upkeep, but I feel like it's so exciting we should talk about it on the show.
We have to talk about it here too.
Okay, because it is really good.
Okay, so it starts off with Magic's 7th egg.
Okay.
So obviously the most recent eggs that we've seen are we had our egg food.
Egg food.
Our egg food.
Our
Right?
egg food.
Golden egg was an egg, right? Or was it?
I think so.
Artifact?
Yeah, golden egg was an artifact egg. Wasn't it?
Okay, that's what I thought. Or was it an artifact food, or is it egg food? Egg food.
Egg food. Is it egg food?
Is it just food? Is it just artifact food?
I'm gonna look it up.
We need to go on Scryfall.
Golden
look on Scryfall
egg.
for. Wait, it also says it doesn't say like card type egg. It's just an egg.
No, it's just food. Artifact food.
It's
That's
just
all
an
it
egg.
says.
Okay, but I'm also saying that I think golden egg does count because he's not saying card type egg. He's just saying Magic's 7th egg.
I'm gonna choose type line egg and see what we get.
Okay, on Scryfall.
Yeah.
Type,
1, 2,
type
3,
line
4, 5,
egg.
6. Yes, that is what he means. He means type line
he
egg
means-
because there are.
Oh.
There are
Maria,
6
tell us
eggs.
the other eggs.
All right, the other eggs we have currently in Magic. We have
Yeah.
the famous rock egg, which I think started this whole shenanigans. It's an
Okay.
0-3 for 2 and a white. Bird egg, that's the creature type. When it dies,
Great,
make a 3/3
great.
white bird, creature token with flying. Classic. We have dragon egg. You might remember this card from M19. When it dies, you make
Yep.
a 2/2 red dragon that has fire breathing. We have rook egg, which, that one is the first one, I believe. When it's put into the graveyard from play, you get a 4/4 bird at the end of turn. We have summoner's egg, which is bizarre. It's an 0/4 for 4 artifact creature. It has imprint. When Summoner's Egg comes into play, you may remove a card in your hand from the game face down. When Summoner's Egg is put into a graveyard from play, turn the imprinted face down card face up. If that card is a creature card, put it into play under your control. Holy crap. Okay, that seems really good.
Okay, so it seems like something like if I had to guess,
Yeah.
it's going to be something that when it leaves the battlefield, something arrives
Yes.
as a result.
As a result.
Something happens as a result.
Ludovic's
creature
test
arrives.
subject is the other one, which is pretty cool from Innistrad. It's an 0/3 with Defender. 1 and a blue, put a hatchling counter on it, and if there are 5 or more, you hatch it, and it turns into a 13/13 with trample.
See?
That one seems really cool. And then there's chicken
Yeah.
egg, which is from an unset.
Okay. So
yeah.
that's our official guess is a thing that, it's going to in some way be able to hatch and you'll get some big monster.
I'm so excited for what it's gonna hatch.
Mm-hmm.
Seems so appropriate for a monster set too.
Yeah.
So what else do we get? We get a card with the text, quote, 4 or more times this game.
I wonder if it's you win the game if this thing happened 4
I
or
hope
more
so.
times this game.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I love alternate win conditions.
Yeah. A card with the text total power 10 or less, which makes me think that maybe is going to be not like a difficult thing to accomplish, but maybe you will regularly have power 10,
10
a
or
collected more. Power 10 of 10 or more because the power on these things is so big.
That's what I think too, because we're doing a big monster set. We got to have a lot of power. Mm-hmm. This I'm very excited for. Magic's largest power toughness granting aura.
So Maria, we know we have one that's +7/+7, right? We've seen that one recently.
Yes, and there's the one that's was Eldrazi.
That's right, which is +10/+10.
+10/+10. So it's got to be more than +10/+10.
So it's bigger than +10/+10?
That's right.
Wow.
Yep.
All right. A card, and this one is also very exciting. A card with the text X is the number of times this creature has mutated.
Oh my gosh, mutate is definitely a keyword, right? This has got to be a keyword.
Yes. Yeah.
What could it be?
Or it's a mechanic. Yes. Who knows? I don't know. It's got to be monsters turning into other monsters,
or some kind of graft situation happening with 2 cards. I don't know.
Or maybe flip cards.
Magic's 3rd and 4th card with quote 0 is even reminder text.
I wonder what that could be.
I have absolutely no idea, but we just talked about total power 10 or less, and then 0 is even reminder text. That's kind of wild. Those seem like opposites to me.
Yeah, it's got to be talking about CMC. I don't know. 3 cards with the text, quote, different names.
Okay.
So that's got to be stuff like if you control 3 or more creatures with different names or something like that.
3 or more eggs with different names. 13 different types of counters.
What is this?
What?
How are you going to keep track of that many different kinds of counters? I mean, they're probably just all you can keep track of them with dice. And then you just have to know which kind of counter it is on that creature. But still.
Still. They think this refers to keyword counters, which Mark Rosewater has referred to in the past.
Oh, that's right.
As being a mechanic from Ikoria. So, I don't know. I guess we'll find out more about that pretty soon. Teasers are expected to start on April 2nd, by the way.
Yeah. A card that says choose a kind of counter at random, which obviously if there's 13 kinds.
There you go.
You're going to have a lot to choose from.
A card with the text, remove 8 foreshadow counters.
Ooh. Oh. I wonder if foreshadow is kind of like suspend. You know where you had big monsters out on suspend so you knew it was coming?
Yeah, I bet you're $1 million you're right. But how is it different than suspend?
I don't know. Maybe the card is face down.
Oh.
So only you know and your opponent doesn't know what it is? They just know that it's coming?
2 foreshadows unforeshadow at the same time, they automatically fight in a monster battle.
Ooh, a monster battle.
Monster sub battle in this set. Just saying, it could be cool. How would it work? I have no idea, but think about it.
And a cycle that players have been asking us to make for over 10 years.
Wow. That's so cool.
I wonder what that is.
And we also know a bunch of creature types from this set too, which is further confirming that it's just going to be bonkers because these creature types are great. Dinosaur
Maria,
turtle.
hit us with them.
Dinosaur turtle.
Shark beast.
Demon kraken.
Elemental otter.
Brushwag.
Hellion horror.
Nightmare squirrel.
Obviously your fave.
I'm so excited. I've talked to Mark Rosewater a number of times about having a standard legal squirrel, and there was all of this stigma surrounding it. People didn't want a squirrel in standard. It was too silly for standard. We can't put squirrels unless they're in an unset. Well, guess what, everybody?
What if it's a nightmare?
It's a nightmare squirrel, and it's going to be in standard, and it better be the best card, and it better be in a deck, because I'm playing that nightmare squirrel deck. I don't care what you all say.
And you're going to slap a big aura on it.
Yeah, it's going to be Nightmare Squirrel Boggles. That's what the deck type I'm looking for is going to be.
Maria, things are looking up.
You know what? In this dark time, thank you, Mark Rosewater. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for giving me a Nightmare Squirrel to light the way. That's all I can say.
Yep, absolutely. Something to look forward to.
Something to look forward to. And is next week already April?
Yeah. Do you think the squirrel will be cute or will it be spooky?
It's going to be super spooky.
Ooh.
It's a nightmare.
I know.
But I'm looking at this calendar now. Yeah, our next podcast will release on the last day in March. So the week after that, we can talk about Ikoria previews, which will have officially begun.
Yeah. Wow, we're going to have to talk about how to have our Judge Rob episode.
Oh, yeah. A 3-way call, I guess.
Yeah. What an exciting time.
And Judge Rob can only roll his eyes at us virtually, when we go on bizarre tangents when he's trying to just do the good of the world and tell people about the new set.
Exactly. Then we'll be like, we're going to take a hard left turn into being weird.
I'm going to make a note of this. Let's email Rob and find out.
Figure this out.
Yeah. But I guess we already have virtual pre-releases, so that's going to be what it is, unless some series of miracles happens over the next few weeks. But like we said, Wizard says they are going to work with LGSs to give you those packs so you can play at home or whatever with curbside pickup and that kind of stuff when the pre-release does roll around. Anyway, Ikoria sounds super sweet from all of these things that I'm hearing.
It sounds so cool.
Really, really stoked. We're going to take this moment to thank our other sponsor, Ultra Pro, for supporting us and being an amazing sponsor of our show for a long time now. And they're purveyor of great magic goods.
That's right. And during this time, they've had some disruption in their production because of the pandemic and because of California's shelter-in-place order. But there are still lots of wonderful, great places to get Ultra Pro. That's what my cat does. She ultra purrs.
Oh, she does.
Anyways, get Ultra Pro goods like Card Kingdom, like your local game store if they have curbside pickup. It's, accessorize your magic life while you're playing inside.
I've seen a lot of people sorting their collections now that they have time to do this kind of thing. And what better way to save your favorite draft decks, save your favorite standard decks, or whatever of all time. Give them the proper home they deserve.
Yes, and beautiful Ultra Pro boxes.
I don't know about you, but I have saved my very first draft deck I ever drafted, and I
don't save anything, but okay.
And I still have it, and it's in a beautiful little deck box. So whenever I get nostalgic, I can be like, boop, open it up.
Oh,
there's my very first ever draft.
That's so cute.
And I have my Boggles deck from Modern in its own special little deck box, and that just makes me feel happy whenever I see it. And if you're somebody who's got a couple of things like this, give them a good home with Ultra Pro stuff. They've got beautiful new Nixland stuff coming out, and it's going to be a little bit delayed on their shipping schedule for all of these things, but they will arrive in your local game store at cardkingdom.com/GLHF. And so check it out. They're absolutely beautiful playmats, deck boxes, notepads, this kind of thing with the Theros Nixland art. And continue to support the great people who have supported you in your magic hobby all of these years. Well, human beings, that's this episode of Good Luck High Five this week. We couldn't thank you enough for being here with us again and keeping us company in your ears, coming out of your cat's mouth every single week.
Yes. Thank you so much. And we hope that we are managing to brighten your week a little bit.
Yeah.
During these, very uncertain times.
I would love to know that we're there for you as you're doing a load of dishes, as you're organizing your magic cards or whatever. That would make me feel really good. And if you want, you can tweet a picture at us of where you're listening to us at GLHF Magic, and that would be really cute. We would love to see it. Yeah,
we would love to see it. Thank you again to so much, unbelievable amounts to everyone who has become a patron this month. We cannot wait to officially celebrate whenever we are able to mail you your amazing pins.
Check them out.
And more. Oh gosh, they're so good.
They're so good.
They're so good.
Yeah, we're so excited.
Yeah.
So head on over to patreon.com/glhfmagic and become a patron if you haven't already. It means everything to us, and it helps support us in this time. Like, this podcast is part of our job, but it is certainly not the only part of our job. This is the only job we have left right now. And it was definitely not our whole job. So
No.
Any help you can give us is just like so incredibly appreciated. And if you have like topics you want us to talk about, if you want to hit up that new Patreon Discord to let us know anything that you want, we are here for you. So let us know what you want to hear from us, and we'll be there for you.
Yeah. And until next week, stay safe and stay indoors.
Stay indoors, everybody. Play Magic. This is what Magic is for.
Yes. And let people know that you appreciate them.
Yeah, I think so.